Hi fam, so we're back with part 2 of the pants. We're just now going to focus on the waistband that we will be fitting onto the pants. So part 1 is on my previous video. You can go back and watch it. That's where we've sewn the size of the pants. We've done the whole pattern from scratch. We have sewn the sides and the crotch areas, and now we left with just the waistband to focus on. So mostly what I've done for the waist is I've changed the original pattern to make it just straight up. So the original pattern calls for a zip on the side. We are not fitting a zip. We will be fitting on a waistband with an elastic. I mean, it's more comfortable for loungewear and for sleepwear, and like generally I just love elastic waistbands instead of a zip because I don't want it fitted, if you get what I mean. So I've just gone now on the shaded areas. You can see that you need to add on a dot and cut off some of the waist out. So I haven't done that, so I've just left it straight up so that the pants will accommodate an elastic and an elastic waistband. So you can now go ahead and measure the waist area of the pants. Mine came to 43 inches. I went ahead and split the 43 inches into half for the back and for the back piece and front piece for the waist, and I got 43 divided by 2, I got 21.5, and then from that 21.5 I added a half an inch for the seam allowance for the waist, for the front, and also as well half an inch seam allowance for the back. So I cut out a rectangular piece of fabric which was 22 inches long, and the width I cut off was 4 inches. So I cut out a 4-inch width because that was determined by my elastic size. So my elastic size is 1.5 inches. So I times that by 2, which gave me 3 inches, and then I just added a 1 inch for the seam allowance. So yeah, those are the rectangular pieces and the measurements. You can now take the back and front pieces, you put them together right sides facing. You sew on the side seams, so on both the sides you sew those pieces together. Once that is done, you fold your waistband in half, match the side seams like so, and you fold it in half all the way around. With the center front and center back marked, it makes it very easy for us to determine where exactly to place the waistband. I've also marked the back of the pants, as you can see, just for me to not make mistakes in terms of determining which side is the back and which one is the front. So I just place a pin there for just to note. And then just make sure that the side seams as well, the side seam of the waistband, the side seam of the pants are also very they're all accurate. And yeah, just take it all around, and even with the center back, just to make sure that everything is accurate. So once the waistband is attached to the pants with pins, okay, you can also add more pins if you'd like. You can go ahead and sew these pieces together, but just make sure that you leave about 2 inches without stitching at the back so that we can use that for inserting the elastic. You can just put a pin on there so that you know where to stop your stitching. So you can start your stitching a bit from the back, like how I've done, and then leave that small space, and then you can sew it together, and that's what I've done. And here's that space that I was talking about. That's where we will be inserting our elastic. So it's important for you to remember not to sew all around on the waistband. So I use a safety pin to insert the elastic on the waistband. You go back to that small 2-inch space that you left, and you insert the safety pin and drag the elastic in. You can just follow along just like so. So all the way around the waistband, you will push the pin, pull the fabric, and just to make sure that when you are pulling the fabric, just make sure that there's a piece of elastic that's left behind, so that you don't pull through the whole elastic band onto the waistband. So now you see the importance of determining your elastic size so that your waistband fits perfectly with the width of your elastic. So the width of your elastic will determine how large you want your waistband to sit on your waist. I really love this 1 inch. It's about 1.5 inch of elastic. It just sits perfectly. I don't like the thinner ones because I like high-waisted pants, so I prefer the much thicker elastic bands. But if you prefer any other, you can use any other size. It doesn't have to be my size. So once you've pushed it all the way through, you take out your safety pin, you go to your sewing machine and you sew together the elastic. And now that's done, I've sewn the elastic together. I can now just stretch it right through the whole entire pants. Like so. How brilliant, how gorgeous already. You can then just go and close up that 2-inch space that you left, and I'm also just going to serge around the whole waist and just to neaten it up, and there it goes. Here we have our beautiful waistband with elastic. So now that's left is for us to do those decorative stitches. Well, that's if you'd like decorative stitches on yours. You can, at this point, you just done, but if you'd like decorative stitches, you can just follow through. So what I do is I put in safety pins on, I attach the elastic with the waist just to make sure that when I'm doing those decorative stitches, the elastic does not move, and that it's all elongated in proportional, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, but it has to be stretched proportionately, the elastic. So whilst you're sewing, you just have to pull through. So the fabric needs to be straight, pull through the elastic. But if you follow through exactly like how I'm doing on the video, you would definitely get it right. And then you just do that stitch right around the whole waist area. With these stitches, with these decorative stitches as well, you can also just determine if you want more, if you want less, or if you don't want those decorative stitches at all. I personally just love those decorative stitches, especially on joggers as well. So the same way that I'm sewing this waistband, you can sew it the same way on joggers, on skirts, on any elasticated garment. So this is the way to do it for any elasticated garment that's elasticated on the waist. And yeah, I really love it. How gorgeous is that? You can also add more, as I've said. If you like more stitches, you can add them. I just added one in the bottom there. You see that tiny one? I didn't add in too much. And we are done with the waistband. And we are done with our pants. You can now go ahead and hem the bottom. And that's about it. So my hem is all done. I just put on bias binding in the bottom, and that's it. We've got a lounge pants. I love it. So now that we're done with the pants, we will continue with the top. Probably next week I will post a video for the top. And yeah, we're all set with our loungewear sets. Thank you guys for watching. We'll chat next week.